All right, here we are. This is May 4th, and I am getting my seeds started. So I'm going to take you along and show you what I'm doing here. I went to get my seed trays that I usually start my seeds in, and I think that my son and my husband threw them away last year when they were cleaning up. There's my greenhouse. Got that set up. So I have these pots here that I'm going to use, and those other plastic ones are ones I had from last year. So let me tell you what I have done and what I have so far. So I have my seeds. These are all the seeds that I'm going to use, and we'll go through those in a minute. And then I have some potting soil. I got this potting soil from the Dollar Tree, and it's just, it serves its purpose, I should say. It's not expensive, and it serves its purpose. It's just for the starting of the seeds. So like I said, I have these pots that I got at Aldi's at the end of the growing season last year. So I think there's like 6 in here, and I want to say these were like 50 cents each. So I got 4 of those. Plus I have these plastic ones that I was using last year. This is rainwater that I collected from outside. And then here is my bucket of my potting soil. And then I also emptied out the dirt that I had in these plastic ones from last year. I removed all the roots and different whatever I had in there. I removed all of that out, and I have like a garbage here that I just discarded everything that I didn't want into there. So I have my garbage, my waste. I have my bucket with my soil, potting soil, and mixture of my dirt from last year. I have some water, and rainwater is the best thing for the plants, but regular water is fine. I just needed to moisten the soil. I got my pots that I'm going to start in. I take that back. I'm not sure if I'm going to start in these pots or not. And I'll let you know why in a minute. I have these little like Dixie cups. They're paper cups. And I like to use paper because it is compostable. I can throw these in my compost when I'm done with them. Or I can plant these right in the ground because they will break down. But yeah, some seeds I like to start very small. And like I said, my seed trays got thrown out, so I don't have my seed trays. These are ideal size for starting seeds. They're so, they're nice and little. They do dry out quickly if you don't stay on top of them. But for the purpose of just starting the seed, I like to stay small. And then when they get bigger, or when they get big enough, then I can move them to these bigger pots so that they have a little bit more room to grow. And then once they get real big, nice and big, and the weather also starts to get nice, then I will put them outside. So it's a transition process. I like to start small when the seedlings are, just starting out, and then I move them to bigger, and then they move outside. So, that's up to you whether or not you want to do all that, but I like to take my time with the seedlings and, step by step as they grow, get them into bigger and better pots. These ones are ones that can go right in the ground, although I've never done that. But I don't know, maybe I'll do that this year. Who knows? So we're going to get started. Let's see what seeds we have here. So these are the cool weather seeds. I have my lettuces, they like the cool weather. When it starts to get too hot, they will bolt. And what that means is they'll turn to seed. Lettuces don't like it really hot. So if you have a shady, you know, spot where it doesn't get full sun, then lettuces will like that spot. But my garden is like full sun. So I have to do these in the beginning of the season. Otherwise, I won't get enough out of them. And they continue to grow through the summer. I just have to stay on top of them because they'll go to seed. So if I don't keep, trimming and keep harvesting, they'll go to seed. And as soon as they try to go to seed, I cut that seed away and then they just keep growing. So anyhow, this is a pak choi. It's like a Chinese cabbage. And I like to saute this in butter and garlic. They're just like greens. They take a long time to get to maturity, but I don't take the whole plant out. I just cut away leaves as I need them. Swiss chard is good. Mustard greens. Like I said, lettuces. Sugar snap peas. They also don't like it in full sun. Cilantro definitely doesn't like full sun. Kale, on the other hand, is a hardy green, and it does better with the sun than any of the other ones. It does like it cooler, but it can survive in the sun. And then these are the warm weather ones. I got the zucchini, yellow crookneck squash, red cherry tomatoes. The kids love those. We love those in salads and different things. These are blueberry tomatoes, and they don't taste like blueberries. They just look blue. I love San Marzano tomatoes. They're so sweet. I like those. These are both the same. Green beans, jalapenos, and then some bell peppers. And these are seeds that I harvested from peppers that I had from last year. So, and that's pretty much all the seeds I'm going to start today. As I go along, I tend to start more seeds, but this is what I'm going to do for now. And then here's another close-up look at the potting soil. The ingredients are here. It's basically a mixture of different compost. Peat humus is really good because it's organic. And then sand, and that promotes good drainage. Like I said, I got that from the dollar store, from the Dollar Tree, and it was $1. So it serves its purpose. I'm not an expensive gardener. I don't like to do things the expensive way. I don't like to spend a lot of money. So I like to keep it on a budget. I get the most out of spending the least amount of money. When I'm done with all these seedlings, they're going to go in these black trays here. And these don't have holes in the bottom, so they will, like these pots have holes, and I will put holes in the bottoms of these cups for drainage. It's very important that you have holes for drainage. These trays don't have holes, so they will hold the water. When you're watering your seeds and plants, you don't want to water them in the pot itself. You want to water it from underneath, so the roots will suck the water up from the bottom up, not from the top down. So yeah, that's why we have these trays here. So we're gonna pot some dirt up. Oh, and then I have these perennial flowers. I haven't decided where I'm gonna put those yet, but I do want those to start growing soon. So yeah, that's what we have going on. And I will come back when I have some seeds planted. So this is what we have to start with. We've got seeds, we've got soil, we've got pots and cups and trays and water, and that's what we're going to do. And we're going to get started in our seeds. I also have these plant markers here too. For when I'm done, I can mark my plants. So that's it. That's all we have for today. That's what we got going on. That's what we're planting. That's what we need to get planting. And one more thing, when you're starting your seeds, they don't need a lot of fertilizer. Basically, they just need some soil and some water and some sun. So as long as the seed stays moist and as long as it gets adequate light and heat, it will sprout. Basically, you just need a good loose soil to plant in. Just a good loose soil to plant in, that's all. So that's all. Once I have everything trayed up and get ready to put everything outside, then maybe I'll come back and let you know what's next. Thanks, guys. Happy 2018 growing season.